Hello, welcome to another English Sparkling with Tweedy video. This was a bit of a surprise find today. It is the latest release of the series of Rathfinny's mini Cuvée. Quite unique, unusual bottles. They're 50 centilitres rather than the standard 750 or 375 millilitres for half bottles. Somewhere in the middle, so you get 425 millilitre glasses. It's designed for that sort of grey area when half a bottle seems too mean and a full-size bottle was a bit too much. I'd previously tasted the 2020 and 2021 vintages of this. I didn't actually know this had been released. It was a surprise find today. I think I am on Rathfinny's mailing list, so normally I get an email when a new vintage of something from them is released, and I couldn't find anything about it on their website, which is strange, but this definitely says 2023 vintage. They seem to have skipped 2022 for this. And yeah, nothing about it on their website, which is curious. I bought this in a shop called Bottle Apostle, a few shops around London. This particular one happened to be Primrose Hill. I just wandered in there to see what they had on the English sparkling front. And this was right there in front of the door. So it sort of jumped out the shop at me pretty much. Surprise find. I really enjoyed the previous two vintages of this, 2020 and 2021. I love the whole bottle format. I love that they're doing something sort of new and innovative. It is a slightly different blend, I think, normally from their regular classic Cuvée. Possibly the amount of time they spend on the lees and all of that. So it is, I think, a unique wine, the thing that ends up in the 50 centilitre bottles. Still, as always, a blend of Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier and Chardonnay. I don't actually know the grape breakdown because it's not on the bottle and there isn't anything about this on the website. If I recall, they're typically a bit more Pinot forward. Pinot Noir is the grape that they really get excited about at Rathfinny. First hints on the nose there, pre-swirl. I think I'm getting some red apple. First and foremost, possibly a little bit of berry fruit behind that. And it's all sort of bright and fresh. Nicely expressed fruit there. Let's see what a little bit of a swirl does to that. Possibly a bit broader orchard fruit. Maybe a little bit of stone fruit in with that as well now. Something slightly peachy, maybe plums. It's all really fresh and bright. There is something subtly bready there as well, a bit of autolytic character. It's probably classic brioche. On the palate, what a delight. Incredibly fine bubbles. I don't know if you can get a sense for that on camera. Really, really nice texture to that. Extremely fine bubbles. It's quite dry, quite low dosage. I think that's another house style of Rathfinny. More sort of berry character, and a little bit of soft sort of appley, red appley sort of character on the palate, but also nice, gentle, dry berry character. Possibly a bit raspberry-ish. I think I'm getting a little bit of stone fruit there as well. Bit of peach and plum again. Lovely zing to that. Very elegant, very dry again, low dosage, but still managing to express quite a lot of fruit. There is a tiny touch of berry-like sweetness there, which I really like, but that's just pure fruit character. I think very little, I get the sense very little added in terms of dosage, but I don't know the exact figure because they haven't published that yet. I think that's lovely, as always. There is something slightly different about this. It isn't quite like the regular classic Cuvée from Rathfinny. It seems to have its own persona, its own character. And even if they did bottle the same wine, there is this curious thing about different bottle formats actually cause the wine to age at a different rate. It's something to do with the ratio of ullage to the volume of wine in the bottle. So you find this with magnums versus regular size bottles versus half size bottles. They all age slightly differently because there are slightly different ratios of that little bit of air that's trapped in the bottle versus the volume of liquid in the bottle. So they will all naturally do something different, but I believe this is a slightly different blend than the regular classic Cuvée anyway. It's sort of perhaps more aperitif-y. It's really dry, but it's also got that lovely fruit character. And it's fresh, it's lively, it's bright, it's exciting. Lovely stuff. Again, well done, Rathfinny. Really like that. Very happy to see that another vintage has been released. They're continuing with this slightly quirky, slightly unusual, slightly unique thing. I think it's one of the great things about English sparkling, that willingness and lack of regulations allowing that kind of experimentation. So lovely stuff. Not that it matters, it's a nice Diam cork there as well. I'm going to stop babbling now. Cheers.